I'm going to tell you how to do the Ansible setup. So for our lab purpose, we have one control node, and this is my Ansible server, and these are my clients. Here you can see that. So one server I have chosen as an Ansible server, that is serve.example.com, and these are my managed hosts, client 1, client 2 and client 3. So this is the setup for our lab session. So I'm going to log into this Ansible serve.example.com. I'm going to install the Ansible package. So I'm on this server. Here you can see that, and I have the plan, installation plan, and I have written the plan for each and every operating system, right from RHEL 8, CentOS 8. These are the steps, and if you have RHEL 7, CentOS 7 on which you want to do the Ansible setup, you can use these commands. So we have RHEL 8, this one, and I'm going to do the installation of Ansible on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. So very first step, I have to enable the Apple repository, because your Ansible package is coming in the extra repositories. So first of all, I'm going inside this one, and here we have this file. So one file I have created, one repo file I have created for the media OS, right? So I have just mounted my CD into the MNT location, and for RHEL 8 we have two repositories. One is for the base OS and another is for the app stream. And after that, if I'll fire this command dnf, so dnf is the new command that has been introduced from RHEL 8 repo list. So here you can see that two repositories are there, and if I'll try to install, you can also install that using the yum install as well, so that command will also work. DNF install Ansible. It is saying that no match for argument. It means that in this repo, that is the OS media, Ansible package is not there. That's why I told you that for the installation of Ansible, you have to first install the Apple repository. So I'm going to use this command, right? And I'm in this location. Okay, I'm simply installing this Apple RPM with this command. Okay, so this has been done now, and if I'll simplify ls ll, you can see that few repo has been added on this location. And if I'll try to check DNF update. Okay, now I want to check that is what all the repositories we have. DNF repo list. Now one extra package for Enterprise Linux has been added now, which is having 3642 packages. Now let me try to install Ansible. You can also use yum install Ansible as well. So both the commands are correct. It will take some time. Here you can see that while installing the Ansible, what are the dependencies? Mostly the dependencies are related with the Python. So it also installed few Python packages as well. So Ansible has been installed now. So if you want to see the version, this is the command for that. So this is the latest version. Here you can see that 2.8.5, and this is the configuration file of your Ansible. and this is the inventory file, and this is the configuration file. So in the later lectures we'll understand how we can understand this file, what are the entries we have in the Ansible configuration file, and how we can customize or modify our Ansible. So friends, that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture I'm going to do the rest part, like how to control all the clients from the Ansible server. Let's continue and do the rest part of the Ansible setup. In the previous lecture we had simply chosen a server as a control node on which we had installed the Ansible package. My Ansible server has been created now. Now we need to manage the clients. So for our lab environment we have 3 clients, client 1, client 2 and client 3. So these are the clients we have here. You can see here. Now I want to manage all my clients from the Ansible server. So there are few requirements. The first requirement is SSH should be working. It means that from Ansible server I should be able to do the SSH for all my clients and vice versa. Second requirement, I need a normal user which is going to be used by the Ansible server to manage all the client machine. So you can create any normal user. So for our lab purpose I am going to create S Verma. So S Verma is a normal user which is having the limited access. So this user you need to create on all the servers, right from your Ansible as well as all your clients, client 1, client 2 and client 3. Let me log in into my Ansible server and create a normal user. So I have just created a user S Verma into my Ansible server. Same user I have to create on all my clients. So this is my first client. So here you can see that SSH is working. That's why I'm able to log in from my Ansible to server to client machine via SSH. Here I need to create a user as Verma. That's done. Let me log into my second client, that is client 2, and create a user as Verma. That's done. The third client, now I have created a normal user as Verma on my Ansible server as well as on all my clients, client 1, client 2 and client 3. After that you have to set up a passwordless authentication for user as Verma from the Ansible server to all your clients. It means that if I'm sitting on Ansible server as a user as Verma, so when I'm trying to log into my client 1 or client 2 or client 3, it should not ask for any password. So first of all I'm going to log in on my Ansible server as Verma. So from this server, if I'm going to log into my client 1, now you can see that it is asking for the password, right? But my requirement is that for the setup of Ansible it should not ask for any password. So for that we have to create the keys, generate a pair of public key. So I have logged in as a normal user here as Verma. I'm going to use keygen RSA. A hidden directory has been created, this one. Let me go inside this one. So I need to copy this file. This is the public key, and this file I have to put it on all my client machine as a authorized key. So let me first log into my this server, that is client 1, right, and I'm in this location. Here you can see that hidden directory is not there, so I need to create the SSH directory here, mkdir.ssh, right, and the permission should be this one. Same I have to do it for my other server as well, client 2, client 3 as well. Now I need to copy this file. This is the public file, and I have to put it in all my client machines as an authorized key. So what I can do, I can simple SCP, and I can use, and this is the command for that, and I need to copy into my this server. It should be copied as authorized. So it has been copied now. Same file I have to copy to all my clients. That's done. So I have copied the the public file to all my client machine. Now again, if I'll try to log into my client 1, you can see that it is not asking for any password. Now you can see that from Ansible server, I'm able to access all my client machine, and also I'm able to do SSH for user as Verma, and it is not asking for any password. So this has been done now. Few more things we have to do it. After that, Ansible will start working. So friends, that's all for this lecture. Let's continue and do the rest part of the Ansible setup. So as of now, we had simply installed the Ansible package on the control node, and after that we had created a normal user as Verma, that is on Ansible server, as well as on all my clients, client 1, client 2, client 3. And also the communication via SSH is passwordless. That means if I am setting on Ansible server, I can SSH to client 1, client 2 and client 3, and it is not asking for any password. So this is the first step, we can say that. Now if I'll try to log into client 1, it is asking the password. It should not ask for the password. Okay, here you can see that I have logged in as a root user. The passwordless authentication I had set it for the user as Verma. That's fine. Now after that, I need to create the inventory file. In the inventory file, I have to mention the name of all my client machines which I want to manage from my Ansible server. So first of all, I should be logged in as a root user. On the Ansible server, and here we have this file. So this file, you can see the permission is this one. So if a normal user as Verma is trying to put their servers, it won't allow you. So first of all, let me give full permission to this file. So this file doesn't have any secret information, only it is keeping the information of your managed host. Okay, now again I am going to log in as a normal user, that is as Verma. Okay, so coming at the bottom of this line, and here I have to create a group. So we'll discuss in detail in the later lectures about the syntax of this the inventory file. So in simple words, I have to give a name of a group. So I am giving dev, and inside that group I have to mention all the clients, client 1, client 2 and client 3. So I have simply chosen a group that is dev. You can give any name. Instead of dev, you can give test, you can give prod, okay, and all the client machine I have mentioned here. That's all. Okay, now the command is Ansible -m. This is for the module, and the argument, the command I want to pass on, I just want to get the output of uptime, and this is my target group. So this command is going to run on all the servers that is mentioned inside the dev group. So we have client 1, client 2 and client 3. Now let's see. Now you can see that I have got an output of all the client machine, client 3, client 2 and client 1. So this is the uptime from all the servers. Instead of this, let me get an idea of this one. So client 3 is my Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6.2 and client 1 is 8 and client 3 is also 8. For the setup of Ansible, we have used a normal user, and we know that normal user is having a limited access to the server. So if I'm trying to get the output of any command which can be run by normal user, then I would be getting the output with Ansible. But suppose if I'm trying to do something with Ansible which requires administrative privileges, or we can say which can be done by the root user only, so in that case I will start getting permission error. So what is the solution for that? So here what I can do here, for the communication between my control node to the client, I would be using the normal user only. But suppose I want to do the installation, or I want to run any command which can be run by the root user. So in that case what I can do, for the communication I am using the normal user, and once the user is logging to the server as Verma, then it is going to elevate its privilege from normal to root user, and then it is going to do that task. So let me show you how we can do that. So first of all, I'm going to log into my client 1. Okay, I'm here. And switch to root user. Okay, now my requirement is that normal user as Verma, whenever it requires, it can become a root user. A normal user can be able to elevate its privilege. So for that you have to use sudoers file, vi sudo, and here at the last you have to add this entry, as Verma all is equal to all, no password is equal to all. So this entry can be used by the normal user to become a root user. So let me show you how it can become. So here you can see that I have logged into client 1 as a Verma, and if I'll try to elevate my privilege using this command, I can see that normal user as Verma has become a root user here. The same I'm going to use here as well. From the control node, if I'm going to fire any command which requires the administrator privilege, So first it is going to log in as a normal user, and then before doing that task, it will elevate its privilege from normal to root user, and then it is going to perform the task. Okay, same I have to do it for all my servers, that is client 2. So let me log into all my servers, client 2, and vi sudo, the entry is already there. SSH and client 3. Okay, so entry is already there on all the servers, and let me come back and let me log into this Ansible server. Now I'm going to fire this command dmid code. If I'll try to fire this command as a normal user, you can see that I'm getting this error. So let me first try ansible -am I can see that I'm getting this error, right? So what I'm going to do here I'm going to use an option become. So with that option, first it is going to log into the client machine as a normal user, and then it is going to elevate its privilege from normal to root user, and then it is going to fire the command dmid code. I can see that I have got an output. So this command is having a very lengthy output, that's why. Okay. VGs, I have just fired VGs command. You can see that I am getting an output. You can see that if I haven't used the -f and become, then you can see that I am getting some permission denied error. Right. So friends, that's all for this lecture. Hope you got an idea about how we can do the Ansible setup. So that's all. We'll see you in the next lecture. As a security point of view, whenever a normal user is elevating its privilege from normal to root user, it should ask for the password. But in the previous example, when I had fired the command using -f and become option, it didn't ask for any password, because at the client end in the sudoers files we had mentioned no password. So I'm going to log into all my clients one by one, and I'm changing that option. Now here you can see that I have logged into client 1 as a normal user and fired the command sudo space su-. It is elevating its privilege to root. It is not asking for any password. Ideally it should ask. So here I have to use no password. So it means that now it is going to ask for the password. Coming back, I'm on client 1 as a S Verma. I'm trying to elevate my privilege. Now here you can see that it is asking for the password. This is what I want for my Ansible setup. Let me log into my client 2. So changes has been done. Again I'm going to fire the command ansible -m command, and I'm just firing VGS, and dev is the group in which we have 3 servers. Now let's see. I'm getting permission denied error because VGS command requires the root privilege. So again I'm going to use become here. So let's see what output I'm getting here. So it is logging to the system as a normal user as Verma, and it is trying to elevate its privilege. But I have used an option that whenever a normal user is trying to elevate its privilege, we need to supply the password. But where we have supplied the password? That's why I'm getting an error here. So I need to supply the root passwords as well. So for that I have to use capital K. I need to supply the root password. Now it is logging to the system as a normal user and elevating its privilege from normal to root user, and at that time it needs a sudo password, so I am supplying the sudo password as well. So this is the best or ideal, or we can say as a security point of view as well. So friends, that's all for this lecture. We'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.